half double crochet, known as the half treble crochet in the UK terminology. We begin with a foundation chain. I've made a sample chain of 4. Now we need to bring up our yarn to the height of the stitch. For a half double, we bring up our yarn 2 chain stitches. To chain, yarn over, pull through, and again yarn over and pull through. We count this chain 2 as our first stitch. The next chain along is the final stitch in the previous row. So we want to put our next stitch into the 4th chain from the hook. Yarn over, insert our hook through the 4th chain from the hook, yarn over and pull through. We have 3 loops on the hook. We then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And that's our first half double crochet. Into the next stitch, yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over and pull it through. Have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Into the last stitch of this row, we yarn over and insert our hook, yarn over and pull it through. We have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And that's our first row complete. We need to bring up our yarn to the next row by making a chain of 2. We then turn our work. We will be working into the tops of the stitches from the previous row. From above you can see they make these little V's, and from the side you can see the little spaces between the stitches. Again, we count that chain 2 as our first stitch, so we're going to move to the next stitch along. Yarn over, into that stitch, yarn over and pull through. 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. We yarn over and insert our hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull it through, 3 loops, yarn over and pull through 3 loops. Remember, at the beginning of each row we chain 2. We want to put the last stitch of our row into that top chain. We yarn over and insert our hook into that chain stitch, yarn over and pull it through, 3 loops, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, and that's our second row done. We start our next row with a chain of 2 and turning our work. That chain of 2 always counting as our first stitch in each row. So we then put our next stitch into the second stitch of the previous row, and working all the way along the row we yarn over, insert our hook into the stitch, yarn over and pull it through, and yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. The final stitch from each row goes into the top of the chain 2 from the previous row. Don't forget this step, otherwise your work could come out wonky. And there we have our half double crochet, known as a half treble in UK terminology.